Hello everyone. Symbiosis Centre for Information Technology presents On Air with AdCom. Welcome to the next episode of our podcast. We are joined today by Mrs. Sanyukta Nadkarni Razdan, who graduated as an MBA in IT Business Management from SCIT in the year 2015. She is currently working as a Senior Product Manager at Citrix. Hello ma'am, how are you doing today?
Hi, Srinath. I'm doing good. Thank you for inviting me to this session. Looking forward to discussing with you.
So I would like to kickstart this episode by asking you how you blended into the role of a product manager when you started your corporate journey.
All right. So, from after my MBA in SCIT, I was placed with Citrix as a product manager. My vertical was application security and delivery, which is more inclined to the networking world. Now, the roles and responsibilities which we have as a product manager is, 360 degrees of holistic. You need to look at what features are there in your product. You need to talk to your customers on a regular basis, understand what extra they need or what is working and not working for them. You need to do a compete of the market to understand where your product is actually standing against your competitors. If it is lacking, where it is lacking, if it is ahead, how you can keep that edge in the market. You also need to work with your internal stakeholders like design team, docs team, engineering team to ensure that the product you're delivering is up to expectations. So the product manager role was definitely a very interesting and challenging one. And I thank SCIT for giving me the opportunity to be placed in this role.
Moving on to the next question. Since we know cloud has now become a buzzword, according to you, what is the importance of cloud infrastructure and virtual servers in this digital era?
Okay, great question. I think in today's world, cloud infrastructure and virtualization has become really important. Just take today's example, right? In today's world, in this COVID situation, it calls for remote working. How is everyone doing that? It's with the help of virtualization and networking, and definitely SaaS products also hosted in the cloud. Now, in MBA in SCIT, we learned a lot of subjects which aligned with this requirement. We had specializations on infrastructure. We also had subjects which taught us about product, like product marketing, to give us a complete holistic understanding about this subject. And since my product is into virtualization and networking, it really helped me a lot. Most of our customers today are in a hybrid multi-cloud kind of deployment where their infrastructure is hosted in on-premise data centers as well as in the cloud. So how do you really build a product which caters to on-prem requirements as well as cloud requirements? Should your product be on-premise or it should be SaaS? Understanding all this is very important, and I believe SCIT subjects really gave us a hold on understanding these use cases of customers and helps building what is actually needed in today's world.
Now we have an idea on how important cloud is for an organization which is working remotely. The next thing which comes in my mind is security. Could you please let our listeners know about the future prospects in the field of information security?
Yeah, I think information security is paramount to each and every organization, now even more as they are working remotely. We need to focus on the right encryption methods, need to assess that the risks are, already configured against and your applications are protected. Some of the very basic things which we learned in our first year of MBA also help us till date in our product security assessment, which is vulnerability assessment and risk mitigation. Understanding different kinds of attacks that can happen to your application and how to protect against them is something which we need to look at. For our products, we also need to assess it against different guidelines like GDPR, PCI DSS, HIPAA, etc to ensure that our product is well turned out and our customers are given the required information so that they can trust in it. So I think this field is booming. It's of paramount importance, and every SCIT aspirant should be interested in taking at least some subjects of information security to get an understanding into today's security role.
So, coming to the vision of SCIT, which talks about internationalization, you had an opportunity to be a part of the student exchange program. Could you walk us through your experience?
Yeah, sure. So, SCIT collaborates with Ritsumeikan University in Japan and gives the SCIT students an opportunity to do their summer internship at Ritsumeikan University. So, the experience started with a selection process in which the professors at Ritsumeikan University tell us what they are focusing into and what they are researching about. Each SCIT student who's interested in applying can select a topic and write a short paragraph about how they would help out, the professor and his team in taking the research forward. We submit that. There are shortlistings based on that, after which it's followed by a personal interview. So that was about, the selection criteria. I was one of the 5 students who got selected, and we went to Japan for a 3 months internship. The learning experience at Japan, Ritsumeikan, was really a great one. My focus area was requirements analysis, in which I studied the different frameworks for gathering requirements. And I built my own framework, which was at a very high level a combination of the existing 2 or 3 requirements framework, and which would simplify a single user or an organization to get a crisp understanding of the requirements. So I think this internship really helped me with my current role today also, which is product management. And it would definitely help with other roles also, like consultants, BA, etc. So it was a great opportunity which SCIT gives every student. And I'll always be thankful for this experience of interning at Ritsumeikan University, Japan.
So, coming to the last question of our episode, how should one approach placements? Do you have any tips for our students?
Yeah, that's an important question. I mean, that's placements is one thing which is playing on every MBA student's mind right since admission. So my suggestion would be to go with a very calm and composed mind for placements. Read through the role which the company is offering, see what you have studied at MBA and what is your real passion and interest and what do you want to do going ahead. Based on that, you can take a call whether this interests you, and then prepare along the lines of the role, to be able to get a thorough understanding of how your role is going to be at the company. So many students get flustered or nervous, and even though they are very doing very well in MBA, they get nervous about placements. I would really recommend everyone to not have a panic attitude towards placements. The placement committee, all the students are very supportive. So give each other the required support, and approach placements just like any other normal viva or exam at SCIT. SCIT gives you a chance to take part in different placements across different specializations. So you'll have a lot of opportunities, lot of great roles and chances to take up the area and the company and role which you want. So yeah, go with confidence and crack your placements. And I'm sure each and every one of you will do very well.
Thank you for sharing such wonderful words of wisdom, ma'am. SCIT takes pride in shaping leaders like you, and we are grateful to have this opportunity of being part of this insightful discussion.
Thank you so much, Reena. It was my pleasure. SCIT has been my alma mater, and I'm sure that every student who studies and passes out of SCIT will do really well and have a bright future. So, wishing everyone all the very best.
Thank you everyone for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode of On Air with AdCom.